welcome everyone, one and all, to my reaction to Season 1, Episode 4 of Fellow Travelers, Your Nuts Roasting on an Open Fire. What a very intriguing title. But yeah, last episode, I've only just watched it, so it's still very fresh in my mind. We dealt with some very important topics and very interesting perspectives when it came to queer culture at the time, queer representation, how it feels to be a black person in America while also being queer at the same time. Just some fantastic stories that were done so well, and I'm very excited to see where they go with those things as well. But we also had the future scenes where we saw Hawk offer up the idea of staying for an extended period of time with him and looking after him in replacement for his sister to allow her to have a break and everything, which is sweet on Hawk's side, and it'll also be a very eye-opening thing when it comes to their relationship and how they see each other after all of these years, because there's obviously still a lot of pain and hurt there, but there is also still a lot of love. So I can't wait to see how that develops now that we know that he is going to be sticking around, and also how that's going to go down with his wife and everything. But yes, with that said, very excited to get into it and see how everything goes. So without further ado, let's go.
Your coat, sir?
Has he just been outed or something? Like, what's going on here? Did he just kill himself? Why? What happened?
We're talking about a governor who supports the far-right fascist.
That threw me off. I wasn't listening to anything Tim was saying there. I was still trying to process the fact that he just fucking killed himself. Okay, hopefully we cover that.
Hawk.
Hey.
Hey. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
He lives with us. Former student. Homeless when I met him.
Oh bless. Good job.
Tim says you got tested. Did you hear?
Not yet.
Oh, he hasn't got the results. Uh-oh.
That bullshit doesn't work anymore.
Go fuck yourself, my friend.
Watch your fucking language in my house.
Are they still together?
Baby, need you to run out and grab another 12-pack. Everyone is staying to watch that bitch on 60 Minutes.
Our old friend Roy Cohn.
Oh, he's still around. But that's so sweet that they're still together. Stop.
Jealous?
Oh. Careful.
I'll go grab us some more beers.
I'm sure there is a part of Hawk that is jealous. He may have got his perfect life, but it ain't perfect for what he actually wanted.
Can we get in to actually see someone, his chief of staff?
If he makes the appointment, we can.
I was gonna say.
We should drop a list of demands.
Impetuous youth.
Minorities are the largest group affected by AIDS.
Right.
Oh, it's so sad because like everyone in the room, it's like when he's coughing, when you're seeing these things take hold of him, you can see all the people that care about him. It's just like they've seen it all before. They've seen so many people pass. They've seen so many people die to this disease, and they're now looking at their friend who's also going through it. It's like, fuck. What a depressing and sad time.
They want to know if you're a homosexual.
Anybody who knows me, the way my mind works,
So it never came out. Okay, interesting.
my aggressiveness, my toughness is totally incompatible with anything homosexual.
Okay, sure. Fuck it out. The little traitor. Is that a letter that people get when they're being looked into? You are hereby condemned to summon Hawkins Fuller to appear for questioning in room... Oh, room M305. That's where the guy walked out of when he went and bloody killed himself. Is that where they question people for being queer? And he was found out of being, what do they call it, a sexual deviant? And that's why he went and killed himself? That's crazy. Well, good luck, Hawk.
You're doing well. I see a foreign posting in your future. Change your mind about tonight. Just a little holiday soiree. Just bureau heads and their wives, if they have them.
Actually, sir, my schedule just cleared up. I could make it after all.
Seeing it as an opportunity to like be out and about with the girlfriend, try and get Celeste's suspicion on him.
There are rumors of these two men being fairies.
There is a simple solution. Fire Roy.
If you don't fire him, Joe, this whole thing's going to have to be investigated. Maybe
Interesting.
even in front of television cameras.
I mean, we know that there is suspicion about him being a homosexual based on the future and everything. So is this where it began? He fired him because of it?
He's smarter and more useful than any dozen of you senators put together.
Oof. Oh.
You're telling me to let them protect spies in their ranks?
God, what traitors McCarthy and the other two are. Like, they're fully just going on this whole commie route and getting fellow queer people thrown in the shit. Why? You're the ones in control. You're the ones coming up with these laws and these things to go against people. Why are you making it your mission to take out your own people? Fucking traitors.
Set up a meeting with Adams this week in New York. I'm taking the missus to see Oklahoma. You're coming.
Oh, okay. Climbing the ranks.
If McCarthy kicks me off the committee, they could send you to Siberia and I won't be able to do a damn thing.
Like you didn't do a damn thing about me getting drafted? And what about my weekend pass?
Do you have a date?
I did. You know, I can't stand the thought of going to another Christmas party. Boy, women are insatiable this time of year. I'll come to New York. I'll go to that meeting with you, and after, we'll go back to the Waldorf.
Careful doing this on a phone. You never know who's tapped in. I assume for a military base, it's secure.
Fart when we want. Can't do that with women.
Like you can with a pal, right?
God, I just love being with men. You can fart when you want. What the fuck? But yeah, it's interesting how they like, oh my god, the way that Cohn is like going out of his way to constantly save Dave or David, I can't remember what name he uses, going out of his way to save him all the time when he does seem to be a little fucking shit. He does seem to be a pretentious little fucker, so it's an interesting part of their relationship. I would think neither of them would be worth it, but they want each other.
My father is not afraid to speak his mind in defense of his country.
Like your father, I do what I can to defend my country. Pardon me? Morton!
It's very awkward of these political parties, isn't it? Because you go with people on both sides and it's like, ugh.
I'd like to offer you a temporary desk here at the Post. Call it a trial run.
Interesting.
A Negro writer writing about the Negro experience.
There's more than one. Different Negroes have different experiences.
Ooh.
Well, as you're getting situated, it might be best if you avoided the newsroom's facilities for now.
Wow.
There's a smaller bathroom on the 4th floor. It'll give you more privacy.
So segregation. You were just talking about segregation and you're literally telling him it might be best if you use this other facility. Jesus Christ. And also I have to say the way that he was smiling about the, I don't even want to say the term, the experience, it felt more as though he was looking at trying to get this niche minority to try and like get their influence on the paper. It didn't seem like he actually cared about voicing the opinions of the black people of America in that time, you know? Like, it just seemed like he was like, oh, this could be another way for us to earn a little bit more money. Very disingenuous, and all that talk about, like, the fact that he brought up the segregation and then talked about the bathroom is crazy to me, because he's obviously aware of what's coming out of his mouth.
Right on time.
Right.
Fred Turban, Special Agent in charge of investigations. We believe we have reason to ask you a series of questions.
What reason?
We're not at liberty to say.
Of course you're not.
Are you at liberty to say who gave you this reason?
That is also confidential. Please have a seat.
Of course it is. For goodness sake, you can accuse anyone of anything.
What is your marital status?
Single. But there is a special lady in the picture. She and Mr. McLeod have met, actually.
Mr. Fuller, please get up and walk across the room.
Well, you want to test how he walks?
Please return to your seat.
Their testing parameters are crazy. The way that he was talking about, like, our batting average is 1 resignation per day gave me that vibe of, you know, where, like, police officers have their quota and they have to fill it, and so they, like, take it out on people who aren't necessarily doing that thing that is, like, so bad. They just exaggerate it so they can fill their quota. It feels like that's what's going on here. It's like he's looking at all these behaviors, trying to find one little thing, and he's like, let's focus on that, because then we can get him down and we can keep our batting average up. It's like, ugh.
Philip opened a large cupboard filled with dresses, and stepping in, took as many of them as he could in his arms and buried his face in them.
That's all for today.
For today?
Unfortunately, we're seeing an average of 1 suicide per week.
You ever worry that someone might kill you instead?
Hawk, good point.
1 moment.
You know what? Good point, though.
When we believe a polygraph is required, cooperation is mandatory. We're trying to clear the backlog before the holidays. Can you come back tomorrow after hours?
A polygraph is scary because they're not entirely accurate, but they will definitely take it as accurate. So if something comes up where he's like trying to hide the truth, but it's like a little bit foggy, I think they'll take that as an admission of guilt. So he's gonna have to really be careful with this. I feel like if anyone's gonna be able to overcome something like that, it would be Hawk, though. You know, like, of course it'll be him. He's so cool under pressure. He's so calm and collected. I'm sure he's going to be fine, but I know that's going to be a stress.
If that nonsense is a test of manhood, my mother could pass it. There's a second part. It's polygraph.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Yep.
I hope they scheduled several hours for that.
You were taking this seriously.
I am.
I think by playing it off and playing it cool is him taking it seriously.
He is deeply sincere, and you're going to hurt him.
I know who you're talking about. The boy who gave Mr. Fuller that book?
Oh my god, you're still focusing on that?
You reported him.
Ooh.
You're right, Miss Addison. I am wonderful. So why don't you just suffer?
You messed with the wrong person, bitch. The fact that she remembered about the book for that long is crazy. Let it go, girly.
What do you want, Tim?
Call your friend. Convince him to set up a meeting. I need to convince him to sign it. We've been waiting for this meeting for weeks. They're ignoring us. They can't ignore you.
Interesting.
Well, you gonna eat something?
I'm not hungry.
Well, I told Maggie I would make sure you
Stop playing the compassionate nurse. It doesn't suit you.
Oh, shit.
Of course you do. That was a stupid thing to say. You suffered a tremendous loss. How is Lucy?
She's managing. We've been managing for 7 years now, but it never really feels managed.
Did they lose a kid?
You think that by walking into that office with me, you'll be coming out?
Yep, that's his biggest fear.
I have a right to protect them.
And I have a right not to die!
You're not dying.
Wow.
So you're a doctor now? Where are you going?
Out. I need a drink.
I thought you were sober.
I am. Between drinks.
I'm sure you can find a back room still operating! Fuck you!
Fucking hell. Well, that was a lot. But yeah, the reference of suffering a tremendous loss. His wife and him have been trying for 7 years. Like, what, did they lose a kid then? Or a grandchild? I mean, their grandkids are very small right now, so maybe they lost their child who was the parent to their grandkids.
Merry Christmas.
Very elegant.
I can return it. I've got the receipt.
I like it, Skippy. I like it.
I just realized, are they hanging out like the night before / the morning before he has the polygraph? Because surely you should like try and keep away from Tim just before then.
What?
This is right there.
How dare you?
That was cute.
Careful, don't leave a mark.
Oh, you worried what Grandma Laughlin will think?
Senator McCarthy.
I shouldn't have told you that. I can't tell you. Why don't you tell me the part that I'll find out anyway?
And Gene and I are supposed to be stationed at the door to keep him out of the meeting.
Because the meeting's about shine. The army brass is fed up. McCarthy's getting pressured to fire Roy.
I said too much.
You're getting him excited about political stuff now, Tim.
Why can I never say no to you?
I'm irresistible. No, it's your turn tonight.
Oh, a treat for giving him info.
I wish we could spend Christmas together in New York. I know it's just a fantasy.
Maybe not in this lifetime, but maybe in another one.
Merry Christmas.
Oh no, okay. What is it?
Hawk. I can't.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with those.
I can't bear being this happy.
Oh no, that hurt. That hurts. Please stop. No. It's so much more painful because like we've literally heard from people in the future that he never got over you. He never got past this. Like it was always something that he held on to. So to see him so happy and so in love, knowing that it doesn't go anywhere good for him, like it doesn't go where he was hoping it would, it's just so fucking heartbreaking. I can't bear to hear how happy you are.
What is it?
I can't tell you.
You have to tell him.
It might stop innocent people from getting hurt.
You can't phrase things like that. You gotta tell him the truth. If you're asking him to do this huge thing, you gotta tell him.
Hello.
Hello? Is my husband there?
Oh.
I'm sorry, it's Lucy Fuller.
Oh shit.
Thanks for letting him stay a few days.
I don't know if I'd let him.
Wow.
He said
You needed to be there until your sister comes back. I didn't really have a choice.
How are you?
Oh, this is so awkward because like they're not gonna like each other. They can't like each other. Well, it seems like I was gonna say it seems like Tim isn't like adverse to her, but like they've not done something they've not done anything against each other. It's more so Hawk who's put them sort of like against each other in that regard. But you're not gonna like the other person, are you? There's not gonna be a part of you that's like, oh yeah, hi Tim, da. But you're both human beings. You both understand that you've both kind of got the short end of the stick in that regard. So it's nice that she's at least asking how he is.
Getting by.
How are you?
Getting by.
Getting by.
Damn. Oh. You haven't even got the results of your AIDS test back yet. I think you should hold off, mate. Oh shit. Damn. Well, he's never been a fan of those side of things, so... What is he trying to do here? I'm confused. Is he touching himself to the men and then he's going to look at women and see if he can, like, replicate it?
Merry Christmas, Tim.
Uh-oh.
I got him to sign it for you.
Thanks, it's very kind.
This spat with the army.
A signed picture from the guy he works for is crazy, but I get it.
Thank you, son. He would be valuable to the army if you were present on base half.
Oh, I've just realized who Shine is. Sorry, guys. I'm really bad with names, and I finally got fucking Dave/David down in my head. I forgot that was his last name. Okay, so they're turning on him. But are they both aware that they're turning on him? I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think that Cone is aware of that.
Arumi has yet to set foot in because Mr. Cohn called to inform us it was vital he work out of a penthouse in Manhattan.
No more requests will be made by Mr. Cohn.
Unless the army intends to ship him overseas.
Private Shine is
Oh,
a patriot above all else. He will go wherever he needs to go.
I'll wreck the goddamn army.
Oh my god.
Fort Monmouth is overflowing with security risks. Who are you protecting?
It's funny though, because it's like, Cone, are you not realizing the position you're putting yourself in? You are defending this man to the highest degree, even when they're already suspecting that you're doing stuff together. Like, Jesus Christ. I feel like you're about to get fired soon, mate.
Have you ever frequented a Washington, D.C. establishment called the Chicken Hut at the corner of H Street and 17th?
No.
Is the Chicken Hut the club that he went to? A few characters have gone to, you know.
Have you ever had inappropriate physical contact with a male foreign national?
Damn. That's why he was looking at the picture of the woman on the table, because it wasn't so much looking at her herself. It was noticing parts of her face and everything, something that he can focus on to get him, like, to look away from everything, like, stop thinking about it.
No. And the answer is no.
He's like, for God's sake, I thought I had one.
Don't be shy.
Not at the moment.
A love for God is purer than romance.
Okay.
But don't you think sometimes the love for another person can take on a godly quality?
That's true. I believe my marriage to Joe is ordained by God.
Well, you would be wrong.
I just wish people didn't have to get hurt.
Who's getting hurt? Commies and deviants.
Oh my God. Right. Relax.
His enemies are God's enemies.
His enemies are God's enemies? You're putting him on a godly statue. It's crazy, girly.
What happened? They're idiots. Idiots!
Joe?
You can't blackmail me. We're not going to back.
Oh, Tim, you didn't get to give him the thing.
The Senate Subcommittee on Investigations. My committee.
Oh my God.
To get rid of that little Jew and his pervert friend, you cut them free and let them twist in the wind.
Oh my God, the prejudice that just came out of her mouth. Fucking hell, girly.
This came in the office for you yesterday. It says confidential.
God's sake, get in.
Good job, Tim. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm meant to know and I've just forgotten, but I don't think so.
We're not supposed to say. What the hell? It's Christmas. Clean as a whistle.
Hell yeah.
They're beautiful. Let me see the other one.
What does H&F mean? Have you got a cover story?
Fordham, my alma mater, and history, my major.
Nice. We know that his sister eventually knows about him and his deviant ways. But I wonder when she finds out. I wonder when it becomes apparent. Is it like as times change and it becomes decriminalized and everything, or is it like early days right now?
Santa baby, a 54 convertible to light blue.
Oh.
Congratulations on your job at the Post.
He took
Still
it.
auditioning until they feel comfortable enough with the idea that I could pass as one of them.
Suppose he's thinking he got to take what he can get.
See, it occurred to me, you don't pass with the truth. You pass with the absence of guilt. Guilt cranks the machine.
Ah.
And I felt none.
True. Actually, that is fair. Because if you think about how the test works with like your heartbeat rising and everything, it's all because you are scared, because you are fearful, because you are concerned with the answer that is about to come out of your mouth. But if you have no guilt, no shame, no nothing, just be like, no, it was like nothing. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to stress. Then it won't pick up any of the things that it's meant to.
Did they ask you if you ever loved another man?
They did.
And did you think about Tim?
For a second.
And you passed.
Clean as a whistle.
So do you love him or not?
You're celebrating because you don't love Tim, or because you're such a damn good liar?
I'm not celebrating.
Interesting. Didn't answer the question as to whether it was because he didn't love Tim, though.
They're all Jew haters until they need us.
You need to look at this.
What?
Oh, they sent them the info about McCarthy because then they can turn on McCarthy and take over.
I am baking you a sweet potato pie for Christmas.
A sweet potato pie? I wonder what that's like.
Will your old girlfriend be there?
Oh.
I know I shouldn't have told you about it.
I don't really mind. The woman.
Exciting. I don't like the way he's looking while doing that.
But what's the use of stopping?
Oh my God.
Skippy, I'm sorry about earlier, okay? Call my friend and I'll ask for that meeting you want. I can't guarantee anything, but Skippy?
Yeah, is he here? Oh shit. Isn't that his walking stick? Where is he?
Mr. Fuller, where's Tim? The hospital. He had a seizure.
Oh. Oh, Tim. Is that the end? You can't fucking end it like that. Now I'm concerned. You can't leave me questioning if he's gonna be alright, you little fuckers. Oh, for God's sake. Well, there we have episode 4 of Fellow Travelers. Another fantastic one, but it gets sadder and sadder the more we see how bad Tim is doing, while also having a reflection of how happy he was in the past. Like, the more that we see him in love and happy, knowing where it goes, it's like the dagger goes in deeper, you know? Tim just deserved so much more than the time that he was born in. He deserves so much more than that. It's a hard one, because, like, if in my opinion, I think Hawk does love Tim. I just think Hawkins is the kind of person where he, like we've been talking about before, with him being a realist and everything, I don't think he allows himself to consider the idea that he could be in love with Tim, because he knows that he could never have what he would want to have if he was in love with him. And so he doesn't really let himself think about it in that way, but it's evident that he does. I mean, even in the future, look on his face as he hears that Tim's gone to the hospital. That is the concern of love. That is the concern of, oh my God, what happened to this person that I adore, you know? So it just sucks that they were both born in a time and lived in a time where they just couldn't have that. They couldn't have a relationship like they could have if they were both adults in today's day and age, you know? I know I've said it once and I'll say it before, and I will probably say it again, but it just makes you realize how, even though there are issues still going on in our world, and there are still obviously countries in the world where it is still even punishable by death to be gay, which is fucking horrendous. At least in like the Western world and the places that we live in, to compare it to those times, to compare it to how it used to be, I just feel so fucking lucky to live in this world and know that my entire family knows that I'm gay. The world could know that I'm gay. Like, I could say it to someone and it wouldn't be this absolutely world-ending event, this part of myself that could absolutely destroy my life, even though I can't pick it. You know, it's like the idea of living in that time and having that pressure and having that pain within you. I could not imagine how it would have felt. So bless them both. I always just loop back to how precious and lovely Tim is, and just thinking that he deserves so much better than the life that he got. Like, he's not even dead yet, but yeah. You know, it's gonna happen. It's going to be the end of this story. I know it is. It's not going to be that he starts getting better and then, oh look, wow, Tim survived and everything. No, I think they're going to keep it realistic to the times and the fact that people did die from this. It was a fucking horrible time period, and even the nicest people got taken down. So I'm not ready for that. But I am ready to keep watching, only because it has been a fantastic showing of the human experience so far and what it would be like to live in those times. And yeah, overall, it's been done really well, not only in like the queer and the race issues and everything, but also it's been done really well politically. Like they've left it quite they've left a lot of the complicated points of the politics in, but not so complicated that it's hard to understand if you're out of the loop. Like, I'm slowly, I was having trouble at the beginning, but now that I've got like a better understanding of everything, it's quite easy to follow the politics side of things, which is a rare thing to say, easy following politics, you know. So I think they've done a good job at keeping it at a level where you can understand what's going on, you can understand the pressure, you can understand the issues of the time, and it not just feel like so overwhelming considering it was so long ago and we aren't really taught about that stuff, you know, at least in the UK. But yeah, Tim, getting into next episode, we still have 4 episodes left, so I don't see it as being a thing where like we're gonna lose Tim soon. I would think maybe a finale thing. They could do episode 7 just before the finale, but I feel like there is gonna be a finale thing. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna lose him soon, but the fact that it's getting as bad as him having seizures now is very concerning. It's not going to be a nice thing to explore next episode, but we got to do it. It's part of the process, you know. It's a story that we signed up for, and I'm sure they're going to do it like the best that they can do, which so far is going to be fantastic. But with that said, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon. You'll be able to find the early and uncut reactions to Fellow Travelers and all the other shows that I do. Also left a link to my Twitch, my Discord, and my socials, so be sure to follow them if you are interested. And Jess, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.